with two Hall of.
All right, go ahead.
I got this one. You gonna take all his fades and take all his shots and you handle everything out the ring. All right. So then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a little, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mace, listen. Mm-hmm. Around here, we don't send niggas to do nothing for us. We don't pay niggas to handle our problems. Mm-hmm. You got to put in your own workaround. I don't get what you mean. You failed. I'm telling you
you're
this.
a 6-year-old gangster.
And I stand, my name is Mace. I stand by this message.
Let me explain something to you, bro. Mace said it exactly like you 60, nigga.
Ooh,
you 60. What are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you line Young Boy NBA up, why the fuck you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got Young Boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. Young Boy NBA told y'all niggas eat a dick. This is what he said. This is what Young Boy NBA said. Whack 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat the shit Whack 100 said. Mad disrespectful. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard this. The first time Drake.
You failed.
Just be going viral. You bugging, James. You bugging, my nigga. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know what bet you talking about, all that other slang then. Bet it. Whatever bet you talking about, bet it. I don't know what bet it. Bet it. You want to bet it? Bet. I don't know what to bet it.
Before we even move on from this, I gotta ask: do you guys feel like there's a beef? Because there's literally a full-on article, even from Billboard, talking about the Shakur versus Mason Cameron beef explained, giving timeline and timestamps and posts. Do you guys even feel like there's a beef, or you guys really feel like it was never that big of a deal?
No, I don't think it was a beef at all. I think we're gonna continue to do exactly what we do. Before we slow down, we're gonna pick up the speed.
Okay. Few things. So that was said, and then we get to a really cryptic post, not by Jay Prince, because we already saw his cryptic post about he'll take all shot and you take all fades and he'll take all bets. But the son, Jay Prince, he got online and he said this.
You need to be fucking me up, right? Because niggas try to glorify bullshit. Like you niggas try to glorify soft shit. Niggas try to glorify niggas that ain't that. Niggas that's flawed. Nigga, we know when niggas flaw when we deal with them in the streets. We know when a nigga flaw. Like we understand that they flaw. We don't capitalize off their flawness though, because we'll capitalize off real shit. We ain't gonna capitalize off no nigga being flawed, weak as hell. Nigga, we understand what a nigga weak as hell. Then he a street, call himself a street nigga. He could be a street nigga, but he's still weak as hell. We don't capitalize and try to glorify this shit. Nah, we gonna sit there and have conversations about niggas as strong as us. We don't have conversations about niggas as weak as hell. You need to be fucking me up.
Okay. Now I understood nothing of what Jay Prince Jr. said. This is Jay Prince Jr. If you didn't know, that's not senior, but it's junior. But I gotta say, man, I've communicated with a lot of people. And I think I know what's going on. So what I've gathered is Houston is like a different world. That supposedly Jay Prince and his sons operate with some wild amount of power and respect and immunity that doesn't exist in any other part of the world. That's why you see Mason Betha and you see Cameron Giles react to them this way, because these guys are acting like they're in Houston when they're talking not to people from Houston. Now, I have to put this in perspective, okay? This is all things I've heard. I've talked to a lot of Textonians. I don't know if that's what they call themselves. But I've heard that Jay Prince and his sons have unlimited power when it comes to Houston. Like, for example, I asked the question, I said, well, it can't be that much power. And everybody told me, yeah, I know it is that much power. Jay Prince is probably the entity that's bigger than anybody in any major city. And I kept asking questions. And I said, what do you mean? And I even brought up the story I told y'all before. I said, 6ix9ine told me when he got arrested for federal on his RICO case, he said another department came in and questioned him to say, do you know anything about Jay Prince? To me, it told me the feds wanted to get Jay Prince. But it also told me they've been unsuccessful. What it also told me was that maybe there's something there behind everything we see. We see the courtesy calls in this and third, but then a few stories was told to me. I'll purport one of them, and I've heard this from 6 people so far, so I'm inclined to believe it. And I never knew this is how Houston ran, or that anybody could have this amount of power, but apparently this is the case. I had this one question here. I said, if Jay Prince Jr. or Jay Prince has so much power, how does his son go to jail? Like, don't tell me a nigga has all the power in the world, but they're still going to jail. Because what was being described to me was a cartel. YouTube Premium was a cartel-like influence that police, DA, and everybody else will never fuck with certain people. And I said, nah, what the fuck? By the way, this was Jay Prince Jr. getting out of prison. Yeah, this is him getting out of prison. This is right after he got out.
Tell everybody what's up.
So Mobties, this guy who also pressed 6ix9ine. And then I got sent down a rabbit hole that I've been trying to figure out for the last probably couple weeks. But it only convinced me that everybody who told me this was right. Maybe Jay Prince and them, they're that people. And it might sound wild. I'll give you some of what I know. So my question was, well, if a nigga really is that powerful, because everybody keeps saying Jay Prince is the boogeyman, how the fuck does he get sent to jail? Because he got sent to jail and got released at a certain point. I think that video might be deleted. No, it's still up. How? How? If you're that powerful, you never go to jail. And what was described to me, by the way, this is Johnny Dang right here, the jeweler.
Courtesy of
walks out to $1 million in jewelry and a photo shoot, gets his hair cut in this and third. And what was explained to me, even to right now, feels bizarre. Let me explain. So here's a story I got told. Jay Prince Jr. Apparently, he's on a very short list of the people who even beat a gun charge in New York. So he got caught with a gun in New York, beat it, or somehow escaped and got probation. Now, if we talk about the reason why he went to jail, this sounds like fairy tale. But I have to, and the only reason why I'm even letting y'all know this is because when we think about anything to do with Jay Prince, I think most contemporary people in hip hop is like, what the fuck? Why this nigga keep doing courtesy calls and talking slow? Why does his son think whatever? Well, hear this. So I hear basically nobody fucks with the Prince family in Houston. Nobody. Including the cops. Cops know what it is. Jay Prince Jr. allegedly one day is driving home drunk. Hey, I'm the king of this bitch. Why not? While driving home drunk, a rookie cop, it's important to say rookie cop, because if it was any other seasoned cop, they would have known that's the Prince family and shit goes different. It's important. A rookie cop pulls him over and asks him to get out. Somebody said, act you a fool if you believe that. I'm going to show you all the proof you need. So you're going to tell me if this is cap. What I'm saying to you, you're going to say it's cap until I show you the proof. Hear the story. Rookie cop tells him, hop out the car. He's already like, what do you mean hop out the car? I'm Jay Prince Jr. Hop out the car. Reluctantly, he hops out the car. Supposedly, they either find that he's intoxicated or whatever. They also ask to search him. This is where it gets interesting. Jay Prince Jr. says to the cop, nigga, don't touch me. You can't search me. Now, this is going to sound foreign to y'all because the peons like you and me can't tell the police they can't search you. But he told the cop that. You can't search me. Go ahead, call your boss or whatever. I'm going to be out of here. Not going to jail, blah, blah. But you're not searching me. The cop is also so confused because apparent this is how much they have the cops underneath their thumb. The motherfucking cops, and remember it's a rookie cops, it's his stop. He makes a decision to say, bro, you're drunk, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to arrest you. This is after Jay Prince Jr. allegedly tells him, yo, call him and him. Yo, you don't want to do this. Anyway, to showcase some power. God damn, Pluto. Shut the fuck up, Pluto. Told my dog, by the way. To showcase some power without resisting, and I guess the cop starts to realize this guy is somebody. He tells the cop tries to search him. Yo, get off me. Yo, don't touch me, nigga. If we go to jail, let's go to jail. But you ain't touching me, period. I don't do searches. These are the type of niggas who they walk into the club. Everybody walk through the metal detectors. He walked straight around. These are the type of niggas. I'm trying to exhibit the power of how niggas like this move and why they talk like this. Don't you think like why these niggas be talking slow and act like they run the whole world? This is why you have to listen. So apparently, Jay Prince Jr., not even the father, the junior, basically tells the cop, yo, do what you got to do, but you're not fucking searching me. And some way, somehow, the police officer says, all right, well, since I got you on the drunk driving thing, I got to bring you down to jail. You could get out right after. okay, I won't search you, just hop in the car, please. The cop is allegedly bargaining with this guy. Why? That's the power. Unbeknownst to everybody, the whole time Jay Prince Jr. allegedly has a loaded gun on his waistband. The cops are shook. They never searched him one time. They allow him to get in the car. He complies with that. They never search him. He goes to the jail. He gets out the car. They still never search him. They let him go into the jail area. They still never search him. They find out later on, when obviously now you have processed and a bunch of other things, he had a loaded gun the whole time on his hip. That's crazy. So I'm like, y'all like, yo, why niggas everybody care about Jay Prince like that? Yo, why is it? I get it now. If you could convince the police who are going to process you for whatever to don't put their fucking filthy hands on you and search you when you have a loaded gun in your hip, and you walk into a jail cell and you walk into wherever they hold inmates, y'all know even when the cops go down to the station, the cops got to take off their shit. The cops don't go in there with all their guns on. They take their shit off too. They let a prisoner go in there with a gun on him because they too scared of the nigga to search him. If the police scared of him, why don't you think that that's why they talk like that to everybody else? Now you're going to be like, nah, that's cap. Maybe I'm lying. I could be lying. Let's see why he went to jail. Maybe I'm lying. Here we go. Hold on. Jay Prince Jr. accused of DUI, bringing weapon to county jail. Okay, that's not the video I want to play. Hold on. They put him in handcuffs and he had a gun on his fucking hip because the police was too scared to search the nigga. If the police is scared of this nigga, hold on. Let me see if where's the video? There's a few videos about it. I know y'all gonna say I'm capping. Jay Prince Jr. gun jail. Fuck. Everything's gonna show the new shit. Fuck. How can I find it? Yeah, I can't find it. There's a news report about it. Wait, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm going to find it for y'all. I want y'all to see the shit. Because this shit blew my mind, too. This shit fucking blew my mind. Arrest, gun in jail. Here we go. Is it this? Why is it not showing the video, though? All right, let's just read this for now. James Prince Jr., son of CEO Rap-A-Lot James Prince, was accused of driving while intoxicated and bringing a firearm into a correctional facility, according to police. He's charged with DUI and bringing a prohibited weapon or item into a correctional facility. Officials say Prince was leaving a private party, and was carrying a clear glass with alcohol in it. Houston police say that Jay Prince Jr. showed signs of intoxication, slurred speech, and unsteady stance. They warned him that he was too intoxicated to drive. They warned him. Look, just think about this. The police is telling him, bro, I think you're too drunk. Don't even get in the car, bro. We don't want to do nothing. It's like he's saying to the cops, fuck you, I'm still going to get in the car. Think about the mentality you got to have. Where the police is telling you, bro, I think he's walking to the car with liquor in his hand. The police is watching him. He literally looks at the cop, says, yo, don't get in the car with that, bro. Yo, I think you're too drunk to drive. And he literally says, get the fuck out of here. And he jumps in the car anyway. They followed him and called for a marked car. And look, they pulled him over. Now, they're saying they searched him several times for a weapon. Bro, let's be honest, chat. You tell me cops searching you mad times ain't gonna find a gun? They didn't search him, period. They're shook. That's the point. So when you see Jay Prince or his son start talking, you got to realize, I don't know what type of cartel type shit they got going on down there. But, my nigga, could you imagine you get locked up anywhere and you bring a gun into jail? The nigga brought the gun into jail. It says at the last checkpoint a pistol was found. No. They didn't search him till he got to jail and was about to go to some other shit. Look, they asked him several times if he had weapons, and he did not tell them. Look, they didn't even say he said no. He ain't say nothing. He just told them niggas, you can't search me, period. When, bro, we black, my nigga. You can't tell a cop they can't search you. They'll shoot you, my nigga. This nigga could say it. Do you understand why this nigga is talking like that? Do you understand now? Let me see. Report Jay Prince Jr. jail. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Bro, everything has this new report. Oh, fuck. I should have put... Hold on. Jay Prince Jr. smuggle gun jail. Like, there's actually a whole news report about it, which I think everybody ignored. I guess this is... Look.
We need to ask Jay Prince, how did your son get away with getting caught with that gun in Harris County Jail? Jay Prince Jr. was caught with a gun in jail. How did that nigga beat that gun charge in jail?
Chat. This is where my commentary ends. When a nigga could smuggle a gun in jail, you got it. You got it. Whatever you got going on, you got it. That's what Charleston's talking about. He's brought a gun into the jail cell. I know y'all still think I'm playing. Oh my God, where is the real thing? Is it this? Hold on.
Jay Prince Jr. And tonight, he is facing charges after smuggling a loaded 9mm semi-automatic handgun into the Houston Police Department jail. According to prosecutors, Prince had just left a party at a posh hotel about 6:30 last night when he was arrested for DWI. The problem is, after being arrested, Prince was able to hide a loaded 9mm gun in his crotch, despite multiple searches by HPD officers who didn't find the weapon until Prince was searched at the jail.
It doesn't happen a lot. It does happen from time to time, usually when officers get in a hurry and, they're in a rush to search their suspect.
In 2006, veteran HPD officer Rodney Johnson was shot 7 times in the back of the head by a man who was able to sneak a gun past officers. Officer Johnson was killed by Juan Leonardo Quintero, the suspect who shot him from the back seat of his own patrol car.
Here's the point I'm trying to tell y'all once again. I don't know what's going on down there, but these boys bigger than the law. There. I'm not saying everywhere. There. They bigger than the law. I kept digging around. I said, damn, is this that much power and influence? They said, you ain't know? Yeah. I said, what the fuck? I said, well, yo, it was that it was that Jay Prince Jr. party that, like, Takeoff got killed. You know what they told me? They about to throw that case out. Nothing gonna come out of that. Trust. I said, what do you mean? Do we have to spell it out? I said, what are you talking about? They said, oh, I forgot. You covered the case and you thought you solved it on stream. You thought you got justice for Takeoff. You don't know how it worked down here. I said, what you mean? Remember the guy who supposedly killed Takeoff? They caught him because he booked a flight to Mexico. He was leaving the country. Think about this, chat. The nigga who killed Takeoff got caught after he was transferring money and booked a flight out the country. I said, yeah, that's the guy, yeah. They said, would it shock you if not only they gave him a bond, first of house arrest, but now he could go wherever he wants? I said, no way. They said, go check the court documents. I said, you're lying. No fucking way. I did. I checked the court documents, chat. Wasn't pretty. Chat, unfortunately, this Takeoff shit is going nowhere fast. First thing I got showed was this. This was a relief. Patrick Xavier Clark. They have now ordered that all he got to do is show up to every court hearing. And allegedly, he got to stay away from Jay Prince Jr. and Shakur Stevenson. And he's the killer. And don't talk to nobody that from Takeoff, Kirshnick, Carrie Ball. That's Takeoff. Don't talk to none of their family. But other than that, you're good. He's supposed to submit to alcohol tests. Actually, drug and alcohol tests. He was subject to house arrest at first. Remember, they caught the guy and prosecutors were saying he was trying to run. They're saying he's going to Mexico. You realize the reason why Young Thug locked up, they say Young Thug is rich and a flight risk. This guy booked a flight to Mexico. So they locked him up at first, and then eventually they said, oh, no, you could go to your house. This is a document. This is a document saying he's not on house arrest no more. He has, quote unquote, GPS monitoring, but he could go to the club still. The guy who killed Takeoff is walking around free as a fucking bird. I said, huh? No way. They said to me, this Houston nigga, I know y'all sad about Takeoff dying, but nothing's gonna happen. I said, no, you're here fucking lying. They say keep digging. All right, I said, all right. I did. Next thing I found, I said, I got him. Got these motherfuckers. I know justice will prevail. Yeah, chat. I pulled this up. It's a motion for scientific evidence. Now, let me give you the breakdown on what's going on with Takeoff's case. You see, we're all often consumed with what's going on with someone who died in the case while it starts, but we don't realize what changes afterwards. Here's a point. Remember, we don't got to get all into it. If you haven't caught up on the Takeoff stuff, go to King Akademiks YouTube channel, Google Takeoff. You'll find a lot, unfortunately. We've already solved it. We've already broke everything down. The guy who was arrested for the murder, his sole defense is this. So he had told the cops, here's the funny thing, two things. The cops arrested him and charged him because they felt they had evidence that his gun did the shooting. And when he told the cops, he said he shot back. He heard bullets coming his way and he shot back. So he was kind of going with self-defense. Now, if you're a Takeoff, if you're a Migos fan, I'm sorry for some of the things I'm gonna say, but I'm only speaking what is up to date in the court documents. So the new motion for for discovery for scientific evidence. By the way, these lawyers are known for working with a particular family. Let's not say that, but you know what it is. is I said, there's something going on here. But I'm going to leave it alone because I've realized what this is. Here's this guy's story. So he already told the cops he pulled the trigger. The cops matched ballistics to his gun, or they believe it's his gun, to what killed Takeoff. The guy is now, since he got counsel, and I wonder whose lawyers those are, he's now saying, did I tell y'all I shot? I don't remember that. His lawyers are doing two things. They're suppressing what he told the cops. He told the cops, yeah, I shot back. They're suppressing that evidence, which would basically be an admission that he fired the shots, not necessarily saying he fired the fatal shots, but he admitted he fired shots. And then the second thing they're doing is they're asking for all the scientific evidence. So the ballistic reports, everything. Remember, there was a bunch of shots being fired. The lawyers are saying, well, prove that it's our client that did it. Prove it's our client that did the fatal shot. Okay, so this is why there's a motion for discovery. They also want every test they're doing on the ballistics. They want the model manufacturer, all that type of stuff. They're getting into it. But we're not done, chat. We're not done. I kept looking. Said, oh, man, no way. They had mad security cameras. Like, what the fuck? Then I seen this. This was a motion from Patrick Clark's defense team saying to the judge, motion to prohibit state from attempting to introduce statements allegedly made by the defendant without prior hearing on admissibility. So he told the cops, yeah, I fired, but in self-defense. He told them that without the lawyers and them getting to this point. They're throwing out this, they're putting a motion to throw out his statements where he admitted he fired the gun. I know. You might be like, what? This is Texas. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. The last thing. Yes, chat. I know. The last thing, and I've used this term a bunch here, it's called a Brady notice. So a Brady notice is where the prosecutor has a duty to let the defense know of anything that could be of evidentiary matter, even if it helps or hurts the prosecutor's case. So recently, they had to do a Brady notice and let Patrick Clark's attorneys know. So the prosecutors let their attorney know. Remember the person we had test all the ballistics that came back with because remember, there's no clear audio on who shot Takeoff and killed him with the headshot. So they're going off a lot of ballistics and tests. Right? Here comes the Brady notice. The Brady notice is the prosecutor telling the defense saying, remember the guy who did all the tests that said that you shot Takeoff because of this test and this test and this test and this test? Well, let's read it through. This notice concerns a potential witness in the above mentioned case pursuant to its continuing duty under Brady. Listen to this. The forensic analyst Rochelle Austin was terminated. That means fired from employment on this day. They were hired in 2019. And their inability to produce quality work and meet production goals and lack of attention to details resulted in their termination. You get where I'm going, Chad. They know 2 incidents where they messed up on DNA and they messed up on chain of custody. They basically tell the defense that the person who came to the conclusion through ballistic tests and otherwise, through forensic analysis, They were fired by us because they were full of shit. Do you get where we're going with this, chat? So the guy who shot Takeoff, allegedly, his lawyers are going to spank this in court. Hey, remember all the proof y'all said that he shot Takeoff? We want that witness on the stand. Wait, the person who gave y'all the evidence is fired? Well, looky here. Aren't we in a pickle? Do you see where we're at, chat? Someone rest in peace of Takeoff, but I don't know if justice will be served. From what I've been hearing, Texas is a little bit different. So when we hear Jay Prince Jr. and it's I ain't gonna lie, when I'm listening to him, like, what the fuck is he talking about? Maybe he's talking about some shit.
You niggas be fucking me up, right? Because niggas try to glorify bullshit. Like, you niggas try to glorify soft shit. Niggas try to glorify niggas that ain't that. Niggas that's flawed. Nigga, we know when niggas flaw when we deal with them in the streets. We know when a nigga flaw. Like, we understand that they flaw. We don't capitalize off their flawness, though, because we'll capitalize off real shit. We ain't gonna capitalize off no nigga being flawed, weak as hell. Nigga, we understand when a nigga weak as hell, then he a street, call himself a street nigga. He could be a street nigga, but he's still weak as hell. We don't capitalize and try to glorify this shit now. We gonna sit here and have conversations about niggas as strong as us. We don't have conversations about niggas as weak as hell.
I guess I'll leave this at, I don't know what the fuck is going on in Texas. But whatever this nigga is saying and his daddy's saying, if the local authorities can't fuck with it, I'll respect it. I'll respect it. But it should tell you, when you hear this guy, you're like, why is he talking like that? Yeah, if I get caught for DUI and I don't even have the decency to take my gun off my waist and I bring it into jail, yeah, I'm that nigga. I'm sorry. I'm that nigga. Okay. All right. All right. Let me see what else. See a few things popping off on the timeline. Don't know where to kind of rank this off at. So apparently, Elliot Wilson and Charlemagne, they're beefing. I know this is media shit, but it's funny nonetheless. Charlemagne on his podcast, Brilliant Idiots, said this about Elliot Wilson.
Taylor. Elliot, I don't think you should be number 5. Number 4, Charlemagne the God. All right, now let me read this, right? Last year's ranking, number 3, featured on the Breakfast Club, The Brilliant Idiots. No,
Okay, that's the first thing you said about Elliot Wilson then.
I think Jason, that's what I mean when I say, why are you upset that people are transcending hip hop? I'm not trying to be the 50-year-old person still complaining about not being on lists, beefing with screamers, doing goofy shit, starting shit, online with rappers just to keep my name relevant. No, I want to do things and I think Jason, that's what I mean when I say,
and then
what's going on in certain parts of the culture, that's what we're at.
Now, every single thing I hear about this man, Jay Prince Jr., Mobties, and all that stuff, you just have to sit there and wonder to yourself, who really are these people? Who is Mobties? Who is Jay Prince Jr.? You hear a lot of things about Jay Prince Jr. You hear that he's with the feds. He's like this mob boss. Like, everything in Texas goes through him. He runs everything in Texas. generally, after Act broke down and said what he said and he broke everything down, they probably do like run their part of Texas. Like, it's crazy the stuff that you see in movies, shows, and all that stuff is probably how it is in real life. Cops don't get paid that much, so yes, he probably has everyone in his pockets. What is Jay Prince making all his money from? We don't know. Like, he's just around everybody. Like, we don't know. From what I'm seeing, Jay Prince looks untouchable. Jay Prince Jr., you feel me? He every time Jay Prince Jr. talks, I never really understand what he's saying. He speaks in like a code, like a mob boss code. Like, so I don't know. You feel me? So, hey man. Jay Prince Jr. probably running majority of Texas, Houston, Texas. So, hey, I know he has an island. I know he has money. I know he has access to Drake. Like, Drake's always saying, like, he's the one who introduced him to Wayne. So, hey man. So the band's probably in Houston, Texas, and in Toronto, Canada so far, bro. We got to see who could ban people from more cities. But the one thing I really don't want to see in this, I'm talking about Drake. If Drake goes to Miami, because you heard about what happened to Ross, and you know, like, Ross is like Miami. And then, or if he goes to Cali, I really don't want to see Drake go to Cali because of all the stuff that's been going on in Cali and stuff. I mean, with people trying to get into Canada or go like certain places, and Drake just, or I don't know how, but the show's just getting canceled. But the thing is, it's like Kendrick or Drake. If Kendrick goes to Canada, he's not getting touched. Kendrick will have the whole like police, all that stuff, probably Secret Service there with him. It's like if Drake went there. Drake is not a little regular mid-sized artist. He's the biggest artist in the world. Drake would be there with probably FBI, whatever. So, man, they're not getting touched. Just gotta wait and see what everything happens. Will Big Dog J Prince step in? We have to wait and see. It's a boy Big Act News though. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.